This was a quarry, a windstone quarry, and it was the prisoners from the Duke Street. Said, this is Alan, this is Urshad, and we work for Glasgow City Council's Community Action Team. We do all the historical tours in the East End of Glasgow, not just in the Nacropolis, everywhere in Glasgow. So today we're going to get into the Glasgow Nacropolis. As everybody is aware of the Merchants' House of Glasgow, I'll give you a quick brief introduction of why it's here, what happened. Well, the Merchants' House of Glasgow was started in 1605, and it was based down in what's called the Brigget in Glasgow, down where Paddy's Market, the area was there. You'll see the big Dutch steeple, which there, the Dutch Merchants' House, that's where they were based. And they were put together to kind of break up the monopoly the East India Company had in trade throughout the world. And they were based in London, down in the dockside in London. And Glasgow was losing out and all the trade to all over the world. So the group of Glasgow businessmen got together, and they basically became what was in essence the Glasgow Council of their time. They were responsible for roads, safety, housing, things like that. The rock, then the Fir Park, they decided to be called the Nacropolis Cemetery. Necro meaning dead, and polis, the Greek word for city, city of the dead, as we decided. But these were the people that made Glasgow the second city of the empire.
38, and they cost 150 quid. Now, you probably wouldn't get a spar for one of these gates nowadays for 150 quid. Made of cast iron. As you can see, we have the world map here, the world, and we have the Glasgow coat of arms in the middle, and on top of that you have a clipper ship, which is the symbol of the Merchants' House of Glasgow. And the clipper ship denotes sailing around the world and coming back to Glasgow with all the goodies. To infant death and stillbirth, which there was an explanatory, as you can see. It's a memorial to Glasgow. It's to people who, from the Glasgow area, who fought in the Korean War, the first major conflict after the Second World War, 1940 going service. So I went over and introduced myself and came back with this 12 feet by 8 feet Union Jack and gold braid and a very, very large pole. And unbeknown to me that the Glasgow Evangelical Church also doubled up as the County Grand Dorms Lodge of Glasgow. So these are the original place where the gates used to be. And either side are two original frame covers, which have stood the test of time. Now what we're about to cross is known as the Bridge of Sighs, and it is said to separate time on this side from the eternal life on that side. So it's sad to the graveyard. Behind that wall there, that facade there, lies, as Tom was saying, is a quarry, the old Ladywell quarry. And the plan was that this was to be the grand entrance, and they had planned to build subterranean vaults or catacombs through here. The Merchants' House of Glasgow at the time had employed a builder. The builder started to dig through there, he got about 40 feet in, and it started to fill up with water. And then the builder ran out of money, and then the whole project was abandoned.
That's what happened is during the American Civil War, most of the cotton came from two places, Egypt and Texas. We'll touch on, well, no Texas, America. We'll touch on the Egypt side later on. But what happened was when the war started, there was an embargo on cotton to Glasgow. Nobody could get cotton. But what Glasgow had was a massive amount of steamships. The Industrial Revolution had just started in a big way in Glasgow, and it had a massive steamships in the Clyde, far too many. And a lot of Americans from the north and south came to Glasgow, and what they were saying was, if you sell me all your ships, we'll let ships of cotton come in to Glasgow. So even through the war, Glasgow was the foremost supplier of cotton to Britain and to France as well at the time. They built this here in 1833. But this tells you about 4th Field Street and St Anne's Street and who owned it. And why that was really important was just at the corner there where the trees are, that's the Ladywell. It's a very, very popular thing.